I wanted to do an update video on my luggage setup. Some changes I've made since last year. Last year I bought the Mosko Moto Alpine R-60 liter luggage. I had a few issues with it because I don't have a rear rack. It was interfering with my feet. Last year I had a tool bag on rear fender. I've removed that. Partially because as I'm getting older it's harder to swing my leg over the fender. So I moved a lot of my tools to this side bag. It's got my tire irons, tire plugs, cable ties, wire, spare spark plug tool, etc. My KTM axle wrench / tire iron is in the airbox, strapped in there so it doesn't bounce around. I still have this dirt bike gear front fender bag that has a front and a rear tubeless high pressure tube, as well as my fuel transfer hose that plugs into the quick disconnect. So that part stayed the same. This is all different. So the problem I had last year is I had to have some tools on the back to raise up my luggage and move it back about an inch from what I like so it didn't hit my feet. The problem was I was trying to strap the side bags down as low as I could, and so it interferes with my boots. But what I found is if I move it up here, it doesn't interfere with my boots, because usually my knees are in front of my heels, so I've actually got more room here. The bags also sit a little bit higher, so they're less likely to hit the tire. And on the other side, instead of, I had a D-ring I attached to this bolt. Now I move it up here above the exhaust, so hopefully the strap won't melt. And I believe that's resolved my interference problem with my boot, so now I can move the luggage back forward. I like to have it so the front of the luggage is about halfway in the Seat Concepts logo. I also decided to add the knoblin. That wasn't necessary, but it makes it pretty quick to put the bag on and off, and it makes sure I get it in the same place every time, and it's not going to shift side to side as I ride. So hopefully that'll work out well. Mounting the Mosko Moto luggage is really pretty simple, especially with the knoblin. So I first put a heat shield on. This came with a Mosko Moto heat shield, but it's giant. It's really made for big bikes, and so I'm using this old giant loop one I had. So you just slide it on to the knoblin. I don't know if I can do it with one hand, but it just slips on there. Yeah, I need two hands. Anyway, you just slip it on, and then you tighten down this screw. Okay, so once that's on there, tighten down, you can see I'm about halfway through my logo. And then I just hook on these front straps and use the Velcro to take up any slack. Again, pretty easy. So it makes it easy to take the luggage off if I want to do a more aggressive trail, and then put it back on when I'm done. Here's the luggage mounted now, with the bags partially filled. And I think it'll ride really nice there. So I think this will work out really well, and don't have to do anything weird like I did last year to make it fit on this smaller bike. This is the 2014 KTM 350 EXCF that I made street legal. It's a great bike. It's got over 17,000 miles on it, and still running strong. Good maintenance over the years.